What if I told you that you've been doing it all wrong? And honestly, I did the same thing for years. Yep, those little everyday things that feel loving, helpful, or just normal, they can quietly mess with how your child focuses, handles emotions, and thinks for themselves. Not huge mistakes. Not neglect. Just tiny habits that sneak in without us even noticing. But don't worry, you're in the right place, because today in this video, I'm breaking down 7 sneaky habits almost every parent does, how they impact your child's developing brain, and why just noticing them can start changing everything. And trust me, habit number 5, it's something we all do, it's super common, and it's the most important one. Make sure you catch this one. Now, let's dive straight into it. Habit 1, jumping in too fast to help. You know that moment when your kid is wrestling with a toy, a puzzle, or even just trying to put on their shoes, and your first thought is, oh, let me just help real quick? I've done it, heck, we've all done it, and it feels like the loving, obvious thing to do. Most parents say,
I'm just trying to make it easier for them.
And that's exactly what makes it so sneaky. Here's the deal. When we keep interrupting, focus, correcting, fixing, swooping in mid-play, the brain misses out on the real workout it needs. Attention, patience, problem solving, all those skills get their biggest boost from struggling with little challenges. That moment of frustration, that's actually growth. Struggle isn't failure, it's practice. And here's the kicker. When we always jump in, the brain quietly learns, I don't need to try for long. Someone else will take over. And over time, that can shape how your child approaches everything from tying shoes to tackling big life problems later on. So the next time you feel that urge to swoop in, take a breath, step back, and let your child wrestle a little. It's not just play, it's brain-building gold. And while we're talking about letting kids struggle a little, that leads us straight into habit 2, talking at your child instead of with them. Pay attention, this part really matters. A lot of parents say, I talk to my child all day long. And hey, that's true, you're chatting, narrating, giving instructions, telling them what to do. But here's the thing. Real brain wiring for language doesn't happen from constant commentary. It happens in back and forth exchanges. Those tiny pauses, yes. The ones that feel awkward are where the magic happens. That's when your child's brain is firing, figuring out how to respond, how to think, how to initiate. When adults fill every silence, the brain doesn't get the signal it needs to speak up, process, or problem solve. Instead of building confident communicators, we can unintentionally train kids to rely on us to do all the talking. So the next time you catch yourself narrating every little move, take a beat, step back, wait, and let your child fill the gap. That pause, that's pure brain fuel. Real language growth comes from conversation, not constant commentary, and it's surprisingly hard for us parents to resist, but so worth it. And while we're talking about giving your child space to think and respond, that brings us to habit 3, rushing everything. We're late, hurry up, eat faster, put your shoes on now. Sound familiar? Of course it does, especially for moms juggling 100 things at once. It feels like just life. But here's the thing, when a child's day is packed with constant rush transitions, their stress system basically stays switched on. The brain doesn't get enough chances to practice calming down, adjusting, or moving from one activity to the next smoothly. Mind this, it's very important. Over time, these hurried moments can make emotional regulation harder, not easier. Slowing down, transitions even just a little, gives the brain practice at moving from one state to another without panic, building patience, self-control, and resilience in ways we rarely notice in the moment. So, next time you're tempted to sprint through the morning chaos, take a breath, slow it down, and let your child's brain catch up. It's not just about a calmer morning, it's about teaching their brain how to handle the world. And now that we've slowed things down, let's talk about habit 4, praising results instead of effort. We all do it, saying,
Good job! You're so smart!
Comes naturally. We want our kids to feel proud, to feel confident. But here's the tricky part. When praise is all about the outcome, the perfect drawing,
Very nice. I love all these colors.
the puzzle finished,
Wow, you are so intelligent, my girl.
the right answer, the brain starts linking motivation to approval. Kids begin thinking, I'm only good if I get it right. The real magic? Highlighting effort, persistence, or the willingness to try again. That's what teaches resilience, flexible thinking, and confidence. The brain learns, I can tackle hard things even if I don't nail them the first time. So next time your child keeps working on a challenge, pause and notice how they try, not just what they accomplish. That small shift in feedback is a total game changer for growing a strong, adaptable brain. Before we move on to the most important habit of all, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you won't miss the one habit almost every parent does wrong, but absolutely cannot skip. Habit 5, constant background noise. A lot of moms say, the TV is on, but they're not even watching it. And it's easy to think, they're fine, it's just background. But here's the thing, a child's brain doesn't filter sound the way ours does. That constant hum of TV, music, or even conversations in the next room competes with language processing, memory, and focus, even if it seems harmless. Silence isn't empty to a child's brain. It's where attention, comprehension, and deep thinking happen. Those quiet moments give their brain space to notice patterns in language, figure things out, and practice self-control. Without it, all that noise can quietly overload working memory and make focus harder than it needs to be. Mind this, it's huge. This is something almost every parent does, probably every day, and yet it's also the most important habit we've talked about so far. You absolutely don't want to skip this one because it directly shapes how your child learns, thinks, and even handles challenges later. So before we dive into habit 6, take a mental note. The next time the TV or device is on just in the background, pause and consider letting silence do some heavy lifting. Your child's brain will thank you, and you'll start seeing the difference in focus and learning faster than you think. The challenges you'll face, and why they're normal. Parenting isn't a straight line. And here's the truth. Even when you know exactly what to do, challenges will pop up. Your toddler might resist trying new things, throw tantrums when routines change, or seem to forget everything you've just taught them. You might feel frustrated, overwhelmed, or like you're failing, and that's completely normal. Here's why. A child's brain is growing at lightning speed, wiring pathways for focus, problem solving, and emotional regulation. That rapid growth isn't always neat or predictable. What looks like stubbornness or chaos, it's actually your child practicing independence, testing boundaries, and figuring out how the world works. So when things get messy, take a deep breath. These struggles are not a sign that you're doing something wrong. They're a necessary part of brain building. Every tantrum, every moment of resistance, and every tiny mistake is an opportunity for your child's brain to practice resilience, flexibility, and self-control. Understanding that these challenges are normal doesn't just make parenting feel easier, it gives you perspective. You start to see the problems as practice sessions for the skills your child will carry for a lifetime. And with small, intentional habits, you can guide those struggles into real brain growth instead of stress and frustration. What this does over time. Over time, these small everyday habits, jumping in too quickly, rushing through routines, talking over your child, praising only results, and keeping constant background noise quietly shape how a child's brain handles stress, attention, and challenges. When interruptions, noise, and rushed moments pile up day after day, the brain spends more time in survival mode and less time in learning mode. That means less practice for focus, problem solving, emotional regulation, and even creativity. But here's the good news. None of this is permanent. The early childhood brain is incredibly flexible and responsive. Even small changes, pausing before stepping in, letting your child work through a challenge, creating quiet moments, or noticing effort can make a huge difference. What may feel like tiny adjustments now actually stack up over time, rewiring the brain to handle frustration, focus more effectively, and tackle challenges with confidence. The core takeaway. This isn't about blaming yourself or trying to become a perfect parent. It's about noticing the patterns we've normalized, those automatic habits that feel harmless, and understanding their impact. You don't need a total parenting overhaul. You just need awareness, a few intentional pauses, and the willingness to make small, consistent changes. Because here's the key. The way your child's brain is shaped today will influence how they handle frustration, focus, confidence, and problem solving tomorrow and even years down the road. Small shifts in daily habits can set up lifelong skills for curiosity, resilience, and independence. If this helped you see your everyday habits in a new light, go ahead and like this video, subscribe for more simple, science-backed parenting insights, and remember, small, consistent changes done today can have a lasting impact on how your child's brain grows, learns, and thrives for life.